winds of 60, 65, even 70 miles per hour, even over 70 in some cases. So as David mentioned, the worst of it does appear from, say, northern sides of Dallas County on to the north. We're starting to see more of this bright red showing up, the very heavy rain, lots of lightning, the winds perhaps coming into Lavon Lake, Farmersville, Blue Ridge. Not sure exactly how far in advance of this line of thunderstorms the winds are, but they're at least a few miles ahead of it. The line is moving to the east at around 40 to 45. Yes, Dave?
Rick, I just measuring on here about 4 miles southeast of McKinney. We had a report of a 68 mile per hour wind gust.
Okay,
so that is now the second strongest we've had after that 73 mile per hour wind gust at the Denton Airport earlier. So that's 4 miles southeast of McKinney. All
right, David. And Dave, real quick, David, do you know what time that was? Does that say what time that was recorded?
Yeah, Ramesh says at 2:33.
2:33, so just about 4 minutes ago. So those along Blue Ridge, Farmersville, Lavon Lake, Nevada, you need to be prepared for some strong winds over 65 miles per hour. Mola Lange is in Arlington, where thunderstorms are still rumbling in that area. And right there at Jerry World, what are you seeing there, Mola?
We are just south of I-30, right by Cowboys Stadium, and we haven't seen anything too bad yet. It's been raining here for about 20 minutes or so. Rain has certainly picked up here in the last 15 minutes. Some light winds. Thunder has been rumbling through the area, but certainly not the winds that the other parts of the Metroplex have been seeing. Right now, if we've gotten the worst, we'd say that Arlington's been fair, but it's been pretty tame so far around Cowboy Stadium and in the city of Arlington.
Oh, very good. Thanks, Mola. Appreciate that. So farther to the south and southwest, the line has not been as strong. Our area of strong winds really has been focused across, portions of Tarrant County, but mostly Denton on into Collin County. That's where we've had all the reports of these strong winds. And those of you in advance of this line of storms, be prepared for those 65 to 70 mile per hour winds. Let's see. You can see this very heavy rain now coming into the mid-cities, Euless, Hearst, down through Lake Arlington, Kennedale. Once you get past that, you get back to Fort Worth, and the worst is over, and they're done with their severe weather risk for the day. Northern sections of Johnson County getting some heavier rain right now, and it is starting to pick up just a little bit south of Granbury. Granbury, you're pretty much out of the mix now. This line has moved on through, but some heavier storms from Glen Rose down through Walnut Springs. And then Cleburne, right here, you're in the mix of just mainly some rain, some embedded thunder, lightning and thunder, but nothing severe. Nothing in this part of the line is severe. So we're going to work our way back up, back into the Metroplex. The warning for Tarrant County has been allowed to expire, at least for the western portion of it. And Catherine Ross is back in Frisco. And Catherine, has the wind settled down and has the rain picked up?
Well, Rick, I can't say a lot about the wind. We have been pulled over. The last time we were pulled over, we opened the doors to the live truck, and it blew it back to the point where it made you jump and say, oh, my gosh, this is really a storm out here. If you can see the video that we're streaming to the station, I don't know if you can see it, the rain has certainly picked up. We're picking up a lot of rain as we move north. We're on the service road to the Dallas North Tollway. We're between, I'd say, El Dorado and maybe 380, almost getting close to Frostburg. We heard a lot of people say, hey, it's raining really hard. We're seeing lightning flashes. If you want to see weather, head this way. But like I said, a lot of rain definitely picked up over the past 40 minutes. Okay,
be safe up there, Catherine. Thank you for your reports. So it's like we get the wind first, which I've been talking about. And this is in Dallas, 75 in McComas, and traffic moving gingerly in this heavy rain. The wind speeds are likely a little quieter as you head farther to the south. I think Collin County right now is bearing the brunt of these strong wind speeds, but we still have warnings in effect. Even though I've not had any reports of hail, there's still the potential for some hail. David, you have some new information.
Yeah, you mentioned the strongest winds there in Collin County, and I just wanted to pass on this latest storm report just came in, and amateur radio reporting thunderstorm wind damaged trees down at the intersection of Valley Creek and Fairway Vista there in McKinney. We've also had, through social media, several reports of power outages in the city of Arlington. And the first hail report we've had in North Richland Hills, and it just says pea-sized hail. That's all we are seeing at the present time. So we have not had any of the large golf ball, baseball-sized hail that some of the storms produced yesterday. But that's a good thing, but a lot of wind.
We did get, in addition to what you just said out of McKinney, isn't McKinney where we had the down power poles as well, David?
Yes, yeah, that spot about 4 miles southeast of town. So we know there in Collin County there are still very strong ongoing wind gusts. Over 60. We had one report of 68 miles per hour, which is nearly as strong as the 73 mile per hour gust we got in Denton earlier.
Well, and it makes sense because we've got Encore telling us there's about 2,800 people without power anytime you got the power lines down. But those of you, I'm speaking specifically to those of you in eastern Collin County, from Farmersville and all the other locations that are out ahead of this line, you're going to get the wind first. Don't let it catch you off guard. Get inside, make sure you're in an interior room, because sometimes these winds can spike up and do a little bit more damage than what anyone else is seeing. So let's just be on the safe side. Make sure you're inside, away from windows. And we're going to put a storm track on this, and then we're going to go to Grant Johnson. He's going to talk to us here in a bit. But Farmersville, the leading edge of the heavy rain is going to hit you at 252. The winds are going to be probably 10 minutes before that, okay? Celeste at 304, Greenville at 317, Campbell at 330, and Commerce at 331. This is a meaty portion of the line of thunderstorms moving through Collin County right now. On the backside of this, we have Grant Johnston. Grant, you still in Denton, or you're making your way farther to the east?
Yeah, hey, Rick, we're sliding southeast in Louisville right now, and coming up on Main Street in 35E. We're southbound on 35E right now, getting real heavy rainfall. The winds aren't too bad where we are right now. I'd say they're probably about 30 miles per hour, 30 to 40 maybe. But we've caught back up with the rain, and it's certainly causing some problems on the roads here, some ponding on the roads. Haven't had any hail, but we sure had a lot of wind earlier when we were in Denton, and we had some of that wind damage out of the Denton airport. We came across a hangar door that was damaged. But we talked to the guy who owns the hangar, and he says he should be able to get that thing fixed within a day or so. So not anything major, but we're going to track it here for a little while through Louisville, southbound on 35E. Back to you.
All right, Grant, one of our storm trackers. He's with the Keaton Fox, keeping us up to date as to what is going on. And right now, I'd say the strongest portion of this line of thunderstorms is actually to the east, a little bit to the east, but back to the west from Louisville Lake down through Louisville. Now look how the rain picks up just a little bit. This is actually on the backside of this line of thunderstorms from Flower Mound down through Grapevine Lake. The worst of it has just cleared South Lake. So Keller, you're fine. You're done. Fort Worth, or at least downtown Fort Worth, is fine. East sides of Fort Worth still getting a pretty intense downpour with a burst of lightning from Arlington on to the north. The heavier rain then extends down south to Mansfield. Now, as you can see, we just put the warnings up. There are no severe thunderstorm warnings left in effect for Tarrant County or Johnson County. And really, it goes from basically downtown Dallas on to the north. Now, Rockwall and Hunt counties, you're included in these this new area of warnings, and this pretty much jives with what we've been seeing in terms of how the line looks, where the greatest wind reports have been coming from. So it's from basically downtown Dallas on to the north, and everyone that's in this yellow area needs to be on the lookout as the winds move into your area. And again, I'll keep saying it, if you're ever in doubt, you're ever nervous about what to do, follow these two simple rules. Just always get as low as you possibly can. If you're on the third floor, get down to the first floor. If you have a basement, that's great. Most of us don't. But just get as low as you can and try to put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. You know, there were people in Moore, Oklahoma yesterday that survived winds much stronger than this by taking shelter in their bathrooms and their closets. So it can work. Looking at our Fort Worth Skycam, that's I-30 at the bottom of the screen, and that thin